welcome back to another edition of Irish Illustrated 321. That's 3 minutes, 2 analysts, and 1 question. And today's revolves around Marcus Freeman telling Tim Prister and I in our interview last week that the defensive line and offensive line are the team's strengths. Tim, we agree with that, but we were asked what is the unit that is being undervalued, and not as much nationally, but really just by national pundits and Notre Dame fans.
I would think the secondary, because I don't think that Notre Dame fans believe that unit is for real. And I have some doubts about that too.
Sure.
But when you get a Brandon Joseph from Northwestern, despite losing Kyle Hamilton, you get a Brandon Joseph who I think has the same type of personality and lead dog attitude out there. That's huge. The depth at safety, we see guys developing there. Clarence Lewis still has a lot to prove. And so does Cam Hart too. But I think most people in the know, the Notre Dame coaching staff, believe that Cam Hart is on the verge of something great. And then we love Jaden Mickey, everything that he showed in the brief glimpses that we had of him, and then everything that the Notre Dame coaching staff is saying about him. I think that secondary is a lot better than the average Notre Dame fan out there realizes.
Well, you know how they say the most recent great catch you saw is the best one you've ever seen. Let's go the inverse, because the last game we saw the secondary play was the worst one we've ever seen. Right. That was obviously their low point.
Well, the next game is going to be against Ohio State.
Well,
so they could
this might not be a good time to revisit that. But in addition to the secondary, which I don't think is number 4 in the country, as Lindy said, but I do think is undervalued. It's about time. Athlon's magazine went out there and put Notre Dame with the 10th best linebacking core. And I think that's accurate, but nobody else talks about Notre Dame's linebackers. We like their starters. We like that they have 1A and 1B at the mic. Jack Kaiser's underrated. I think it's because Maris Leofau did not play last year. And if people had seen Leofau and remembered what he was becoming, this would not be the situation with the linebackers.
Yeah. Now, of course, they're going to have to get through August healthy again. So, that'll be a challenge as well, because I know Marcus Freeman and Al Golden want to have as much contact as they can in August. But yeah, I think there's some depth there. The combination of Bauer Bertrand gives you a pretty dynamic 1-2 punch at Mike. Bertrand can cut his snaps down, and we know that Bauer is ready to play however many snaps is asked of him. I think it's a really good core, and I think we all agree that Maris Leofau has stardom in his future if he can stay healthy.
Now, I want to get your final thought on this, because we agree with Coach Freeman that the defensive line is the team strength. Do we agree the offensive line is a team strength, or do we agree that it has to be a team strength more so than it is?
Well, I think it is a strength, but there's still a lot to prove there. There's no doubt about that, but it has to be. There's no doubt that it has to be. Now, they're not facing a bunch of great defensive fronts as I'm working on the first rate series. And so, we shall see, but it does have to be great. Very good, has to be at the forefront of what they do.
That's it for this edition of Irish Illustrated's 321. Join us later next week for another edition.